Now, this has led me to another thing that I have to do a deep dive in. And so for those of you listening and going, wow, she sounds crazy, this is what I do. And Ryan frequently has to just go, what? And then he has to ask me, wait, what did you find? What about this? And that really helps. But basically, I realized two things now. One, something a lot of people don't know about is the SLABs, the student loan asset-backed securities. If you're listening and you have not seen The Big Short, go watch it right now, because it very much feels, I think, to Ryan and I, kind of like the beginning of that movie where they say, and the people that saw the 2008 crisis coming, they were able to see it because they did something else no one else would. They looked. And looking at this, if they had not passed those laws, if you just continue to draw this, and I should just draw this graph out, but if you continue to draw this graph up to now, it's bad. It's like 75, 80%. If you just continue this up and just let it run its natural course, it's extremely high.
Yeah, so that's exactly what I was getting to, which is I believe it would have been the majority would have started defaulting. And now I wonder at what point do legislators and the government have to step in? Well, they already did, right? So they pushed their chips into what they did, which is they pushed it onto the consumer and they said, no, you're not going to get out of this. But I wonder at what point, if they didn't do that and they decided to take a different tack and they were like, okay, we're going to go this direction instead. At what point would they have to be like, you know what, guys, we're not going to give you any more federal money to the colleges. The federal money stops. But then nobody wants less educated, and I'm using that in quotes for everybody watching.
Less papered.
Yeah, nobody wants a less educated population. And so nobody running on any ticket on the left, on the right, for Congress, for the Senate, for presidents, for even the cabinet, for any of these people, nobody's going to be like, yeah, let's make everybody dumber, which is congruency, or which is like they equate college to. And that is how dangerous it is to equate education to a purchase of something. It's like, no. That doesn't make any sense, guys. Like, we can have an educated population without them going to college. It's not the same thing. But I do wonder at what point, if they didn't pass it on to the consumer and they didn't make it so that when you were 17 years old and 18 and 19 and 20, because I mean, I will say, if you went to all 4 years, 5.5, because that's the average time. But if you went to all 4 years and you graduated in the time that they said you were supposed to graduate in, you did kind of make the purchase decision 4 different times. And then you made it every single day when you woke up and went to class too. I mean, just to hold you accountable. I know it because I did it.
But they were children.
No, I know. But I'm just saying, like, 17 years old, you can claim that you're a child once. You signed on for the first year and you said, yeah, okay, cool. And then every single day you kept going and you kept going. But then, okay, you can argue and you can say, I'm going a little off the rails here, but this is just what I see to be truth. At some point, you could have been like, yeah, I'm not going to keep making this purchase in the first year of college. And okay, then you could argue, well, after the first 2 weeks or whatever, your money is like in the college and you can't pull it out. Okay, that's true. Then at 17, you made one bad decision. You were a kid. You could have stopped making that decision at 18 years old, and then at 19 years old, and then at 20 years old too, and then at 21 if you stayed in that long. And so anyway, they pass, that's a little bit of an aside, they pass it on to the consumer, and because you made those decisions that you did, now you have to live with the stress of it. Now you have to live underneath, like, with this boot on your neck, be with all of these student loans that you will literally never get rid of. So literally, they've proven through generations that they don't want you to get out of it.
No. It's on purpose. When you zoom out and look at it like that, it's freaking wild because they've done such a good job marketing too. There's a comment I saw. They said, I'm going to get a degree anyway because then I won't be a corporate slave. And I'm like, I'm sorry. Let's just pause really quick because there is literally no legal way for you to get out of paying your student loans. You cannot. You are in a box. You are in a prison. It's the same as debtor's prison. And I'm watching these people send their kids to debtor's prison for jobs that they don't need to buy degrees for. And it's wild, but they've convinced them that they have to do that to get any good jobs. But the reality is very few jobs are going to be good enough to get them out of this.